Welcome to Invest Today. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin, and we're going to jump right into the charts here. September 29th, 2024, and we're going to look at the market cap in a whole. Looks like the Bitcoin chart because Bitcoin takes the dominance of 57%. So that's why the entire market cap looks like the Bitcoin market cap, because it just follows it. Market cap 2.32 trillion, so it is approaching upwards. So if you're buying down here in that 1.97 trillion, under 2 trillion, right around 2.08 trillion, you'd be up right now on your assets. And if you were holding, waiting, you'd be out of those buying opportunities. Of course, they could happen again, but it does look like the market wants to now break out and hit a March 9th 2.6 trillion. I think it went to 2.7 trillion. And of course, just under or just over 3 trillion was the all-time high back in 2021. The market pushed up there again very, very quickly. Volume, we had a volume spike here, a 24-hour volume spike of over $200 billion in the market. Shows high liquidity there. And it shows the market is not letting down and crypto's not over. All right, we got Fear and Greed Index 57 and Bitcoin dominance 57%. Okay, ETH 14%, BNB 3.80, and Solana 3.15, others 17%. So the market is not even close to Bitcoin, and yeah, it's not even close to Bitcoin. Fear and Greed, we're looking at 63, moving up, but it is still in the buying opportunity and holding opportunity. Of course, we want to sell down here. Okay, so here we are in the Bitcoin charts. Bitcoin is approaching $66,000. I think it touched that today. 66,449 actually. So coming off 66 grand, of course, this is a psychological area between 65,000 and 68,000. Needs to break out of there inside this area here, and it's right in there, and it has broke over 65 grand, which was a bit of a top there in August. Okay, double top there, and then came down, heavily came down, and retouching basically this little downward trend line. Okay, and the 365 moving average. Back in the growth scare there, August 5th, hitting a 49,298, which I believe that was the bottom for Bitcoin. It would have been a very, very rare opportunity to get that, to buy there, because the candle was so quick, the wick was so quick. So don't think anybody really bought there or had any buy orders there. If you did, let me know in the comments if you were able to buy there at 49,000 or even 50 grand, because that was a very, very good number to buy. And of course, just wick down there. Squeeze happened there at 51,000. That's where it broke the all-time high back in February. So to get back there, that's a very good buy level, and probably the last time. Retested there, that top right here back in February. So back in March, September 5th, retested there, and a low of 52,000. So it didn't even break below 50,000. Most people probably thought it would have, but it didn't. So that's why the market now is breaking out, because not only that, but like I said, breaking from that 365 moving average, and now breaking all the way up to its 200 moving average, trying to push over that, and then finally now did. So we're going to have to keep an eye on it. It's been 1, 2, 3 days since it's been above the 200 moving average. So that's bullish. And also bullish because this 21 moving average right here, this blue line, is crossing all the moving averages and approaching this 200. And I want to show you why that would be bullish, because every time that happens, price goes up. Okay. Every time that happens, price goes up. And of course, when all these are aligned, 21, 30, 50, 100, 200, 365-day moving average are all aligned like that. This 21 moving day average, once it's above, separates them all and then makes the price explode, obviously. So that's what this is looking like it's working to do. Of course, things can change at any minute. It's crypto, so just got to pay attention to these things, and you got to buy early. You got to buy into those news. It's going to zero. This is bad. That's bad. Don't buy this. That kind of news, and you definitely probably won't regret that. And this, of course, is not financial advice or anything like that. But yeah, you do want to be buying down at these wicks where the prices are low. Of course, everything looks like it's going back down, and it doesn't. So Bitcoin, definitely, I want to talk about a bullish divergence right now that's happening here as well. We talked about this in the last video about W formations, how they could be bearish. Usually when they're at the top of a breakout like this went to the all-time high, did do a W formation here, but then ultimately broke down sort of into a bear market. Okay, so what happened now, because this now is a W, it's a W because it fell below the 200 moving average to try to break above the 200 moving average to get rejected. So every time it gets rejected, comes down. Now looks like it comes back up, now blows through the 200 moving average now into a W formation. Okay, that's bullish. So this looks like it's going to continue to break higher. Of course, we know where our bottom is, 49 grand. And we know our technical line of our two all-time highs back in previous 2021. Okay, this technical line hits technical lines. So I'm assuming that Bitcoin's going to approach this here, this technical line here, get up there, $88,000, $90,000. Okay, that's my target. I want to talk about technical lines and why they are important. Okay, I know could sound ridiculous, like, oh, why would Bitcoin come here just because these two line up? Well, I'll tell you why. Because when Bitcoin fell down bearish, it hit a technical line right here. This is a technical line. Okay, so it bounced off here, and now it bounced off here, completely on this trend line right there. Also, if you look here, this horizontal line is a technical line as well. When this thing bounced down, this was the top of January here, when it hit a top and then fell down and then broke above it. So that was also a technical line there. And then if we keep moving sideways on that line, you can see that there was a lot of technical support there. Okay, so technical lines do matter, and we have to pay attention to them. And this is where I do see Bitcoin heading, right there. All right, 88,500. We'll just put that 89,000 now. Okay, that's where we see it happening, $89,000. Okay, right there. So I do see Bitcoin working its way up this parabolic pink line here. Could even give you a date, November 27th. Now, of course, it's not going to be November 27th. I just put this line from this bottom here to this top, the technical. Okay, and that's what that took. So it could be quicker, it could be sooner, it could be later than this. But I do see a Bitcoin approaching this line, and it could be some major resistance there. I'd imagine it would be. at 90 grand. And I imagine this could be a floor rather than a ceiling for Bitcoin to keep continuing. If it does hit here, we will know how greedy the market is, and we will know if we were going to unload our bags or not. But until we get there, we're going to have to check the RSI out. So it wasn't even that overbought, but it did double top there and then came back down, okay, from there. So we look at the RSI back when Bitcoin hit its all-time high. It was well overbought before it hit its all-time high. Okay, just keep that in mind. It was well overbought before it hit its all-time high. And then there was a lot of retail coming in, and then it goes to overbought levels. Really bullish still. I love seeing how this 21 is just spiking up like that on the 1 day. And let's check the week chart out here. You can still see that the 100 and the 200 finally crossed there. And now we're seeing the 21 moving up on the 1 week. 4 hour. 4 hours approaching. This is the 200's finally going to cross this 365 after a month. So that's bullish. Anything bearish? The only thing that quite possibly could be bearish is that it hit a psychological number of 66,000 and could approach a double top from there, because it approached a double top here. 65 broke down. Okay, 66 could be a double top. We'll keep an eye on it. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Have a good day.